What type of kitchen behavior pisses you off when you're baking and trying to get the job done?
Well, I don't like people in my personal space when I'm trying to get my stuff done. Basically, get the hell out of my kitchen. I like my space. I like to be left alone, music on, and work. Now, we both know we work well together, and we worked in a kitchen with, 8 other girls, at least? I mean...
And a guy.
And a guy. I can work with people in my kitchen, but I don't work with people in my own space where I'm doing stuff. If I'm frosting a cake, stay out of my little space so I can actually work around my cake and do it properly instead of you elbowing me and me putting a gash in my cake. You?
Definitely. You can ask my family when I'm decorating cakes, stay out of the way. We did have encounters with other people at school that they were in our way. It was just kind of that it's a working kitchen. Same as when I was in Hotel Hershey, I wasn't the only person in the pastry shop. I had to work with other people, and it really kind of brought me to learn that you really need to focus on what you're doing and kind of just block everybody out.
Yeah, everybody has a role.
How elaborate and creative are your designs when baking? Describe your most elaborate cake. How many tiers, how big, sculpted, etc.?
Oh, wow. I'd say my most elaborate cake was actually one of the pictures I had sent with my application, or with our application. It was a Tahitian paradise cake that was, I think it was 2 tiers. I don't think it was quite 3. I have done a 3-tier cake. But
The first tier was really high.
Yeah, it was. It was a banana rum cake. And I don't remember what my filling was. Do you remember what my filling was?
I don't, but it was delicious.
Oh, it was a passion fruit. It was a passion fruit curd.
It was.
It was a banana rum cake with a passion fruit curd and an American buttercream frosting on the outside. I used graham crackers and vanilla wafers as sand. I had fondant seashells that I had made. I made a tiki hut for on top, and I made gum paste hibiscus flowers for on the different levels of the cake. I also think I did blue frosting for water going cascading down to one side. That was definitely, I think, my most elaborate cake that I had done. Also, very yummy cake.
It was delicious.
Thank you.
My most elaborate cake, well, I tried to make them that they're all elaborate, that they would all please everybody, that, all my friends and family. I had one friend, I think that my most elaborate cake would be it was a beach theme, and I had fencing around and seagulls and sand, and it was their 50th wedding anniversary, and there was just so many things that they were into, and I tried to put that all on the cake, and it just turned out really well. So I would say that would be my most elaborate.
That's pretty cool. You should see a picture of that.
What do you think will be your team's strengths and weaknesses in this competition?
I think one of our strengths is time management, because we work together. We know how to work in a crunch. When we did our challenges in class, we had a certain time that we had to have the cakes assembled, frosted, done, ready to go, and plated up by.
And we can still talk during it too.
I know.
We can get things done and
Right.
still be able to communicate.
We don't get distracted from our task while we talk. I don't know what our weaknesses would be, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know either. We really work well as a team.
We haven't found any yet that when we work together.
No, because we can clean up. We get things done as soon as we're working on it. We get it cleaned up, and it just it flows.
If you had to brag about your most important accomplishments in your career, what would they be?
Mine is my best overall cupcake award for the leukemia lymphoma cupcake contest that I did in March of 2012. That's my bragging right. They put me in a professional category with everybody else because I had prices on a Facebook fan page, but I hadn't actually sold stuff, and I was scared out of my wits, but I came out on top. I was definitely on cloud 9 that day.
I think my bragging rights would be the Chocolate Fest.
Oh yeah.
At Hershey, in 2013, I had taken second in
That picture was sent.
I think it was second in Prettiest Cake, I believe.
I think so.
And she was actually one of my competitors, and I had won second place. So we were standing beside each other as we were announced, or as I was announced. So, but I think that would be my biggest bragging right.
Yeah, it's a big competition.
Describe your team's competitive nature. What kind of competitor would you be on this show?
Honestly, I think we're okay with losing. We're not sore losers. We want to win, don't get me wrong, and we'll do everything we can to win. But we're not going to claw other people's eyes out or each other's eyes out. We're not going to lose tempers and yell at each other because, well, okay, you screwed this up and now the whole thing's done. We just kind of take it and fix what we can if something gets screwed up and go with it.
Right. Because this is an opportunity of a lifetime right now. We both want to have our own bakeries.
Absolutely.
Maybe even taking both of our ideas together and making one bakery.
Right.
Until maybe we can merge out. But being on this show would be an opportunity that would possibly be able to fund being there. So, I mean, if it wouldn't happen, life goes on.
Right.
Would we love for it to happen? Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
What would your team do to win and why? How far will your team go to win? Give examples.
Examples. First thing that comes to mind when that question's asked is season 3. When I remember, I think they may have been in New York, but you guys had the contestants running from one location to another in New York. Some of them had no clue, some were out of shape. I can guarantee you I will work my butt off as hard as I can, run as fast as I can for as long as I can with something like that were to happen. If you tell me to do something, I'm probably not going to ask you how or why. I'm just going to do it because this is important. It's a huge opportunity and I want to prove myself and that I'm worthy to be on the show and to get it done.
Same for me. I'll do whatever it takes. If I have to pull all-nighters, I've done that before for, friends that have been getting married or anything, and they ask me because they like the flavor of my cakes. They ask me to make their cake for them, and I've put myself in a time crunch, and I pulled all night, and I will do anything that I have to.
If we have to stay up all night though, don't expect us looking pretty in the morning.
How will your team play the game?
However you tell us we're allowed to play it. As long as there aren't anything illegal or we're not going to break any rules, we're okay, right?
Just to get the job done and what is needed and required. We're going to work our butts off to get it done.
And it's not like we're going to sit there and cuss out our team, or not teammate, but the other person that we're competing against. It's not how either one of us does things.
Right.
You've seen competition shows. On a lot of these shows, there are clear types of competitors. Sweetheart, drama queen, typical A, bitchy type. Who would your team be and why? How would you fit into the cast?
I got a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on, I think. I'm definitely a sweetheart when I want to be and when I'm not mad. But if you piss me off, I can definitely be bitch.
Yeah, I would definitely say that too. Sweetheart until you kind of cross my path, and I can definitely, turn sides.
How badly do you need this show? What will happen if you are not selected? How important is this opportunity to you and why?
How badly do I need it? I don't think that I need it. I want it. And I want it in the worst way. If we don't get on, my life will go on. I'll continue with my education and I will continue to set things aside and work towards opening up my own bakery. And my life can't end because I don't make it.
Once again, my life will go on, but I do want this. I want to be able to prove my worth, that what I'm doing is up to standards. I want to own my own bakery, and this being on here would assist in that.
Oh yeah, big time.